Why is that? Well, there's a certain skill. What?
I just realised something else. My dragon has my
Nice. Hope you get in.
I hope you get it as well. Why not just call her the 1% of Cilia Shrine?
Yes, basically that's the rare one. He basically got it out of the compass, I think.
Yeah, the Frost Monarch is the 1% of Cilia Shrine.
True. That's what I have been told.
But
Okay, but
Panda did say that the 1% was standing inside the dungeon.
nice. That would be nice.
And the only dragon that was standing in it was on top of the building, which was Frost Monarch. So
See.
anyway,
That's pretty nice.
back to my
Yes,
Odin.
back to your dragon. Okay.
It turns
You
out
have
my Lynx has 48% crit hit chance and 86 crit hit power.
exactly. He has slightly more crit power. But the main issue, not really. I'm running
I'm trying to
NOT
figure out
while
why my noodle keeps getting butt whipped by Stelson's Ironhide.
okay, let's focus back on the matter. The thing I mean is, the problem is all about your armor penetration. Not only, focus is your main defense about fear. If you have more focus, you also have more defense. Not only do you have more defense, but you also have a more higher multiplier on armor penetration. Why that is so important? It's very easy. You can see immediately what his dragon is all about. That Ironhide is not made to counter anything. It's not made to counter everything. It's just made to counter physical dragons. That's clear as day, as you see.
Ironhides are made to take in and tank physical damage.
His is all about that.
That's why he has a skill of Silver Rock Shield to take in the damage and reflect it back.
That's also for magical attacks, but that's not the issue. The issue is his combination of his skills. I can bet on it. He also has a skill called Tough Skin on his dragon. 100%.
My dragon had tough skin. I got told to remove magic skin off my noodle, which
Do you have also? I can tell you, your tough skin is almost useless. I am very sure that you do not know the multiplier of this one. Do you think it would give you flat 60% of your physical defense? If your answer is yes, I have to disappoint you.
Oh my god, I just realised I've got 4 points left in my noodles attributions. I can get my noodle some more focused by spending the 4 points he has in it, which is 2.
That is nice. What did you notice?
That my noodle had 4. Oh.
Oh, you better organize it then. No big deal.
Oh, I don't see how 616 focus is gonna help again with gonna help my noodle survive. If the purple is 100%, then there's a fat chance it will give you a blue or a green. in my dragon's training level attribution bit, my noodle, I've got
Yes.
30 strength, 20 constitution,
Mm-hmm.
28 pharaoh, and I
Okay.
just managed to get 2 focus in, which increased my dragon's focus to 616.
Okay.
So
Let
it
me
won't
ask
be
you a
enough.
question. Let me ask you a question. How much defense would you think does tough skin give you on your dragon?
Well, considering my dragon's my Tuscan's level
Dragons are the
10,
only thing I care
it
about.
Yes.
increases my dragon's physical defense plus 60%.
Okay. But what would you think are those 60% made of?
I actually have no idea.
Okay, I can tell you. When you put your dragon out, let's just say you have it with you, you will immediately notice. It will actually take your... Yes? What dragon is it and what bonus have you put on it?
One pick where you could just send it as a link.
Or you can just tell
future.
me what your dragon is and what you have basically made as basic attribute. That's much easier for you.
With tough skin, my noodles total percentage for physical defense is 49%.
Okay, and of that 49%, you can take off all your armor. So if you take off all the armor, you actually know what it
Okay.
is.
If I take off all the dragon armor I've got on my noodle,
You should have 25 normally. Defense.
30%.
How much?
30% physical defense
Yes,
without
that's
armor.
perfect. Okay, you have to wait a bit because I'm farming right now. Yeah. Okay. I see. You have put it on strength. Yeah, that's okay, that's okay. Pretty unique one. Nice. Okay, back to your dragon. For example, his iron height has normally 52% of physical defense. That's what I saw when I looked at it. So of that... Yeah, I saw. That's pretty nice. Nice. You can basically post it in
If it's
chat
just
if you want.
hack, you can just hack it. If it has 100% and there's... If it says 100%, then there's basically 100% no... There's a guaranteed chance you'll get the dragon.
Yes,
So,
it is 100%.
why do you have it as strength?
Nice. I like it.
See,
We just need the debuff and it's ready.
Most people put strength on Fables as a arena. Debuffers as arena tournaments such as put debuffers as constitution so they survive longer.
So basically, his Ironhide had over 50% of defense, normally, without any gear. The arena stats you see are the actual stats of the dragon. For whatever is written there. Nice. Then you have two of them. Okay, so about that dragon, that 52%.
You know, the funny thing is, I have a 6.96 strength Stalwart and I have no idea how to build it.
Let me see.
I don't even see it.
It looks pretty nice, not gonna lie, it looks pretty nice. I love that dragon.
I got one of them hatching anyway, so... I think I'm hatching.
Okay, so now Raiden. So, listen. If he has, for example, 50% of that 50%, let's just say he didn't have 52, but he has 50, okay?
Yeah.
When he has the tough skin, which he has on level 10, he does 60% of that value plus in battle. That means, instead of 50%, he has 50 plus 60%, which is basically...
120%.
No. It doesn't work like this. He has 80%. Because you have to divide with 5, which will be 20%. 20% of 50% is 10%. You multiply it by 3, so you have 30%. And that will be added to the 50%. So he has over 80% physical defense. And now it comes to play. How much physical penetration, armor penetration, does your dragon have? And needless to say, if the answer is only 5%, how do you actually expect to do damage with that dragon? Not only that.
Armor penetration my noodle is 10%.
10%. Okay, now it's 10%. So about that 80%, you take off 8%. It is how much? 72%, about that, maybe a bit less, maybe let's just say there's 70%. He still resists your damage with 70%. So every damage you do with that physical dragon, which has not any good amount of armor penetration, now goes into oblivion. It doesn't even come after the dragon. It just stays where it is. Of course your Shannon will have a hard time. So you must think about it. Not only do you do little damage to him, he does even more damage on you, which is ridiculous. Why that is so? You can see his stats. His Pharaoh is very high. He has 86% of crit damage. Of course, you have 80% as well, but you only have about 30% of physical defense. And he has over 30%. He has like 38%, I think. 38% of armor penetration. He takes that off your 30%. So yes, you basically have 20% resisted damage. Of course, you will get so much damage. But a China Noodle is not a tank. It takes huge amount of damage. Not only, you will even reflect more damage to yourself, because it will scale on your own defenses.
My noodle. The one that keeps getting crushed by 1,000 Ironhide.
Yes, on Dragon's Prophet. Okay. So let me see what other things Ironhide had. I think he had good amounts of focus, good amounts of Pharaoh, because Pharaoh is the second highest stat on an Ironhide, which is kind of funny, but yes. And he also has the strength to back it up. He might have less raw damage than your Noodle, but he has more HP, more ferocity, just a bit, so that's not an issue. Much more armor penetration, much more armor, yes. And then you come there with a China Noodle, which's purpose is basically to come in, Maybe after a Fable Legendary that debuffs the dragon and one-shots it. But it doesn't manage to do so, because it has not the penetration to go through. It just fails to do its job. Yes, strength 1.3k, and that is pretty basic. He also has 1.3k balance with his strength on ferocity. He has more focus, 1.4, and he has less constitution. His dragon is specifically used to counter physical dragons. It is not the best build he has, but it's definitely one worth. And yes, he resists everything you have. You cannot beat it with your China Dragon unless he makes a big mistake. He even has more. You must look at his skills. Of course you can do no damage to him. He has also crushing sweep.
The only way I can beat him is if he's an AI, which we all know AIs are stupid.
Yes,
But
and even then, look at his skills. It's specifically made to stall you. This is a dragon that pretty much fucks you up if you are physical attacking. He has Mighty Impact. Mighty Impact is strong skill on 10. It does minus 11% of physical damage. Your damage will even be more reduced. Not only this, he has another skill like that. He has Crushing Sweep. Crushing Sweep does physical defense minus 15.2% for 8 seconds. He does that combo if he is there. That is his playstyle. He renders physical dragons useless. He also has an evolution skill.
So that's how he managed to get that many points ahead of me without taking any damage.
Of course, because you're using the wrong damage type. You have not enough penetration. Now look at it. Power Amplification and Flaming Impact. Two standard skills.
When I used all my skills nearly combined, really close to each other, like it was one combo attack against him, it did do quite a bit of damage to his Ionite, but he managed to heal before I could even finish. But no matter how much damage I took, I couldn't smash his points.
Of course not. Also look at his Evo skills. His Evo skills are pretty basic, but look at it. Power Amplification is with his Crushing Sweep. So his Crushing Sweep does already a physical debuff on you, which is huge in your case, because you take very much more damage. Then you have an attack power increase by 14.9% and Dragon Spell damage. Dragon Spell damage. Do you know?
If Crushing Sweep takes down takes the physical defense off of its opponent by 3% for 8 seconds or more during the skills level.
8 seconds. 8 seconds.
8 seconds. Then I'm gonna need to outthink that by doing a dragon attack.
A magic dragon is actually a counter to that dragon. That is true. Why you know that? Easy. Look at his intelligence and look at his dragon affinity. Look at his magic damage, at his magic penetration, and look at his magical defense. And look at his skills. He does not have a magic skin.
But the only issue is, I don't exactly have a very strong bird.
You don't even need a bird.
I just linked to my only built up, very not so strong bird.
Yeah, of course. What I mean is, he has also a bird, but he hasn't used it because he knows exactly those 2 dragons are enough to finish the job. What I don't understand is why his China Dragon is just strength based. That's actually it's okay, but it's not really good. He has only 23%.
If I need a magic based dragon to take down his Ionite due to
let me see. Based on those stats, unfortunately, Focus is his primary stat. If it was Fero, you could easily use a Wind Rider to just shred him to pieces. but it is focus.
I have got
But
a
still,
Wind
that
Rider.
would work as well. That would work as well. You could basically shred him with a Wind Rider. You could shred him with a bird that is auto attacks on his mouth.
How does a Wind Rider work? It's a DA, no intelligence, unless you have intelligence.
Wind Rider, do not underestimate it. One day I will make a Wind Rider, and believe me, if you do a certain combo, you can do insane damage. You just have the right build up to use.
I'm such an idiot. DA is magic.
It is magic, yes.
I have got a Wind Rider, but it's not built up for arena.
Oh, don't worry, you just have to know how he plays to counter his playing style. Even a China Noodle can do insane damage to it, if you would just build it a bit different. Your China Noodle, let's see what it has. It has Ferocity, okay. It has Strength as well, that's okay, that's okay, that's okay. Life Reflux, it's okay, but it's not necessary.
And a DA bird.
Yes, you can use it. I don't see anything wrong with it. It is actually good.
Just not built up.
Yep, you just need to build it up. So basically, when someone says you have no chance of beating this dragon, I just think, why not try to use something that just counters it? And if I look at his China Noodle, let's see. He also has an AFK Arena Bird. I immediately see that. That's something I would, for example, build just for trolling, or if I want to go AFK. Okay, so his China Noodle has exact strength like yours, I think 1833, which is pretty high, yes.
I just have too many dragons in my chamber.
Okay, his China Noodle has mediocre constitution. It has okayish ferocity. It has not okay, but mediocre scarce focus. So it's already easier. Its free damage is high, but with an Ironhide you can basically stop. You can also stop it if you take away his main stat, which is strength. So if you would use a dragon that can basically take away his strength, or a dragon that basically resists those attacks, yeah, China Dragon is not going to kill anything, unless he has the Fable Legendary. His critical hit chance and power are actually very good.
The only way for me to beat that Ironhide is to outsmart him by taking him down with a magic attack dragon that will have no effect of crushing sweep. Because
yeah, basically you have to prepare the combo well. You have to outsmart him.
If I use the physical dragon against the Ironhide, and Ironhide uses crushing sweep, that'll just leave my early high noodle vulnerable to his attacks, because his will just use physical attacks against my noodle, which will take great damage because he still has the effect of crushing sweep.
Yep.
For 8 seconds. That's how he's managed to beat me. I need to outthink him.
You must observe simply. You must know what does he skill and what does he use. If you just go in blindly thinking, okay, I'm using meta strategy, I'm using a Shiny Noodle, it doesn't matter what my enemy has, he can't do anything against me because I one-shot him, because my Noodle is strong, then you are sadly mistaken. You must know strategy. You can even go first place, and I really believe this, because those Russians right there, with those dragons, those are definitely not the strongest. I have seen much stronger dragons than this from Russian players.
I think I know why all Coda Wall's skills miss.
Let me see Coda Wolf's skill, if he has still the same dragons in the arena that is. So Coda
He has
Wolf.
got one. I found him many times. I can
Okay,
almost
so,
OS his skills to his
okay, he has Shanalula. See?
Okay, he's got his team up right now with his noodle.
I already see two problems.
So
Actually,
do I.
Coda Wolf, I see definitely a problem. He
Technically,
has.
I know why all of his skills miss.
And why do they miss?
Because he was rushing. He wasn't thinking straight. He was just going in blindly, telling his dragon to attack without looking at his opponent's movements. That's why his dragon missed all the shots. Because every time he hit and told him to attack, the dragon just moved out the way.
Yes, it is also RNG based. If you, for example, if you put many commands into the dragon, it is very likely that the AI of the dragon does not understand it right away, and he will basically do one auto attack if you do it too fast. That auto attack will be at the distance where he before stood. He could actually go into the wrong direction and just do the spell otherwise, or he could just perform an animation and not give the command. That means he will basically run to the dragon will run towards you, it will go behind you, and you will basically do the skill to the void. So you have to basically know when to cast a skill and when to do a combo. If you just spam your keys, it will be at random, because the dragon has yet to know what to do. It's a bit stupid, but it is like this. Also, a problem he has on his channel noodle, I already see it. There's one skill he definitely doesn't want on this dragon, and that is reanimation or life recovery. It doesn't go well with healing wind. It just does not. It bites itself. He just needs one spell. That China noodle is not destined to go out for a longer time. Why I can tell this? It's easy. He has the same problem. He has more magic, armor penetration than you, with 70%. But how much defense does he has? 36%. 36% with 60% is maybe just above, not even. Oh no, it's above. It's about 60% of physical
Coda
defense.
was doing his saying me and Coda were fighting each other in AI, and he was AI, right?
Yes, AI, okay.
You can't exactly call my noodle weak, because my noodle has the power to OS his noodle. But when he's controlling it,
Definitely. Yes, definitely. Because he has not much physical defense. He has 36%, which is still more than your magic penetration. Physical penetration. But even still, you just go through. Because it is no longer 70% damage reduced. And it's no longer on an Ironhide, but it's on a Shiny Noodle, which takes more damage, being a hybrid offensive dragon, not a defensive dragon. And so on. Yes, you can basically one-shot hit Noodle. If the combo crits, it definitely does. So let me see another dragon of his. Can I actually, yes, Coda Wolf top 10. Okay, he has the basic improvements, yes.
You were watching my battle with Stelson, weren't ya?
Did he won?
No, I lost.
Okay,
Even though all my skills hit him, his Ironhide managed to get over 100k points, whereas I had about 60k points. Even Coda lost against his. Even though I hit and he missed, we both lost.
So let me see the other dragon of Coda. Kind of sleepy today. Okay, his other is a Fable Legendary, okay. He has very low focus. Very low focus. He has okayish constitution, very high ferocity and strength. I can see what he wants to do, but no, he doesn't even have a debuff on it. How is that supposed to work? That's not how it's supposed to work.
I'm
I
pretty
can't
sure.
understand this. I really can't.
I'm pretty sure Arena Fable doesn't need a debuffer to.
He does it. He definitely does, believe me. It's so freaking strong. The debuff, you just do it on the dragon, and maybe, if the opponent already knows what you're up to, he will immediately switch. Because he knows very well that the next skill you do, if it is for example not the Fable Legendary, the hitbox. Some dragon have a huge hitbox, even if they are not very big. That is also the case for a Fable Legendary. A Fable Legendary has a 4 times hitbox or a whirlwind for cycling assault. That means he takes 4 huge damage procs from another Fable Legendary or from another channel that just switches in and does the kill. Imagine your dragon doing damage with a combo on him, on Stelson, with fucking 30% more damage on him, and that 30% is going in. It can be reduced. They have no toughness. Your crits will be even stronger, because they take your base damage and multiply it with the multiplier of the crits. If the debuff is applied, it does a lot of damage.
You seem like an expert in dragon battles.
What did you want to ask?
Oh, I said, you seem to know a lot about dragon battling.
I just know the basics. I mean, I played one time versus Russians and won sometimes, yes, but I wasn't really a dragon master or something like that. But I know the basics, and I know many builds from many dragons. I also would use not the one they use. What I would, for example, use, if I look at the families, would be some underused dragons. I would use, for example, Sky Touched, Stalwart, Swiftfoot,
Just not built.
Wind Rider. The Swiftfoot, for example, I didn't mention it before. It is also one of those underrated dragons, but it can be nasty. It can be so annoying, you have no idea. He has pretty much another heal and does huge damage with his crits. He can basically crit for so much damage. And the same things with the it's not with the Phantom. The Wind Rider. The Wind Rider has an energy skill, an energy steal, which is a debuff. It debuffs magical dragons, physical damage, everything. It would just be nerfed by 40.4% maximum for 20 seconds. That is huge. And he does it with one single strike. And then he has another. I can tell you, the first 3 evo skills of Wind Rider, they synergize so well. You basically wait for the energy steal. If it is a magical dragon, then it's ripped. Then you can basically go for the freezing tornado, cycling assault, with just another amount of magic damage. Then you have the electric shock with the paralyzing current, which you can cast immediately after. That's basically a combo you can do. And you can do another spell with it. I think it was obliterating impact or something like that.
I got told small birds are best.
Which one?
Small birds.
Small birds?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So about small birds. You have huge ones and you have small ones. Of course, the small birds are pretty nice because they have a smaller hitbox. A smaller hitbox means the enemy attack is more likely to miss.
Yeah.
Okay. And the bigger ones have basically a bigger hitbox, but their attacks are basically almost...
The Swift Birds, basically their one advantage is one thing.
Speed. Swift Birds. Okay.
But they are so speedy. If you put them up speedy in the arena, with body builds as well, level 100 and such as that, with dragon speed, they are so fast, your dragon won't be able to get a hit on them because when you head towards one, oh wait, he's not there anymore. He's on the other side. And I'm not surprised. He strikes you from the back.
Okay. So anyways, about the Swiftfoot, for example. The Swiftfoot has also a skill that is huge. And it is with Cycling Assault. It should be the Dragon Raid. Okay, listen. That is an Evo skill of a Swiftfoot, okay? After the dragon has learned Cycling Assault, and casts it, it will gain Dragon Raid effect, which is 10% hit power, critical hit power, for 20 seconds. But it's actually much more on that attack. The attack power of his next attack also increases by 20%. That is huge. If he does a skill after that, it does huge damage. Then he has another skill, pretty useful, which is the Agile Soul Eater. So the Soul Eater attack is basically the same on the Fable Legendary, just used for debuff, okay? He recovers points by every 2 seconds. And those are huge later. They would like it would be a 3k or more heal every 2 seconds for 20 seconds. And you have a 10-second cooldown on this one. So yeah, he basically has another skill which you can use for heal. So you can basically have one heal with Healing Wind, and the other one can be this. Then Stalwart Dragons. For Stalwart Dragons, they have also been used sometimes. They are tanky, and they are annoying as fuck. That is because they can launch the other dragons into the air multiple times. I still have to look out how to use this dragon, but I will use it definitely because I like it. I love Stalwart Dragons. Sadly, I have never seen
I do have
much.
a Stalwart Dragon, I just don't know how to build it.
Also, another of my friends told me Hydra, and I can believe that if you can master the Hydra, it is broken. Do you know why? The Hydra has a Intimidate debuff. The Intimidate debuff increases the damage by 20.9%, I think, or even more, and the toughness will be reduced. Even if the dragon does not have any toughness, it still takes so much damage more about this one. Then I think Molten Eruption will also be used. And the other one maybe was Soul Drain. No, it wasn't Soul Drain. It was Twin Soul Source. Because that Twin Soul Source gives the dragon... I think it gives them also... Yes, it gives the natural dragon spell elemental damage to itself.
Yeah, I didn't have a good Swiftfoot, so I tried to get a good Swiftfoot rename I had, and I finally got lucky. Well, I did get lucky.
Okay, so in auto battle...
6.96 Ferocity.
Nice. I tell you another dragon that is often underrated. With this on Adept, I killed a level 100 China dragon with a level 39 Razor Spine. 39. What is it even 40?
Say that you killed a level 100 Eastern with a level 39 Razor Spine.
Yes, I did say that.
How is that even possible?
It is. But you need a full combo on this one. And my enemy has not paid attention because he just said, oh, I can one-shot it. So it was basically the error of my enemy. With any normal player, this would have been difficult. But I just want you to notice some effects are huge. For example, the surprise attack skill. When a dragon unleashes strike or sweeping attack, all dragons within the party will gain surprise attack.
This skill, it makes your dragon or dragons that are around you go twice as faster.
That is just one thing. The other thing is, while physical attack power and magic attack power increases by 5% for 15 seconds, but that is actually much more huge. I think it was over 30%. I can't remember the amount anymore. It was over 30% on level 10. So imagine, you just wait for a strike or a sweeping attack, which this dragon does a lot. So this is the first evil skill you want to go for. Then you can also go for a hunting seal, which I did not use. The hunting seal increases the damage by 7% for the next attack he does. And the attack can also be another mighty attack, for example mighty impact, which can be used after that. And it goes to much higher, of course. I think it goes over 30%. What I used was another thing. I used the Ferocity Attack and the Gravity Bash. The Ferocity Attack was almost never used. With the Charm, which does not do that much damage. That is how I one-shotted the other one. I basically did wait for the strike, then went with the Ferocity Attack, because it would get critical hit power for 10 seconds. And that is applied to the Cyclone Assault as well. Also, it causes the target, so the other China noodle, to lose the exact same amount of critical hit power, so it doesn't crit this so strong. Also, Gravity Bash. Gravity Bash is what you want to go for. It is much stronger when it is on the max level. I don't remember the values, unfortunately. It's over 40%. And it also boosts your critical hit power by so much. Actually, your physical attack power by, if it is 6% on level 1, I think it was almost 60% on level 10. So basically have that dragon that buffs himself so much up and just does one combo. He does first surprise attack with his strike, then you go for Gravity Bash, or maybe you want to try Ferocity Attack, then you want to try Gravity Bash. Now you have critical hit power plus on your dragon. You have 2 times physical attack power buffs. You can actually choose a buff from the bar, and if it does happen to be a 50% damage for your dragon, plus if you then go for the Cyclone Assault, you can one-shot dragons with many higher levels. I had this. I basically had the 50% physical power for my dragon for, what was it, 20 seconds or maybe 15 seconds that you can choose from the skill bar. I waited for the strike. I did the Gravity Bash. Then I did the Char. I interrupted the animation, so it was not casted so fast. Then after that, I just went for the Cyclone Assault. And you just saw huge numbers pop up and the dragon was dead.
It's still the Razor Spine.
It's still the Razor Spine. You always...
I just checked through my whole lot of dragons. I had no good Razor Spine for Arena.
That's okay, don't worry. I mean, it's just one of many dragons you can actually try.
And that Razor Spine sounds pretty strong.
I mean, of course, you can believe me or not, whatever you want to do. You can even test it for yourself. I would always, if someone tells me something, I would like to test it for myself. I can tell you, there was also a time where Razor Spine was meta. Now the thing is, the current meta, I don't like it. It's way too used. You see people just copying each other dragons, and it's almost it's no real skill anymore, because people just copy other dragons, they see how they fight and they just want to simulate it. But if you have...
some people do copy the other people's, like, the stronger people's builds, like people who won in the past. They look at their dragons, they say, oh, that's a good build, I'll probably, so they do that. But when they actually go to fight, they need to think of a different strategy than the ones that they took the idea from. So, for me, I took the idea of Cola, But as you can see on as you saw on my noodle, I twisted the idea, and I took one skill he had out, replaced it with another skill, and worked my new round my own way. Joker inspired me to be the Ironhide. Silk inspired me to do the Fabled. And pretty much those are my top 3 strongest team of my arena. Haven't got around to build any others yet. Then again, I've got no other strong dragons to do it with.
Yeah, I will have to basically... I'll have to build my own dragons one day, and I'll try it. I just want to see how good those people are really, because I think that compared to the past, it's just a joke. I'm not good either, but I really think that compared to the older players,
NTL puts their guild first, unless they've got a really good friend, so they now know they can, like me for example. Could have seen me better, so he supported me through my goals, and basically we're both cheering each other on and hoping each other to win.
Of course, if you traitor win.
Pit dragons, however, they just support themselves because
That's fine.
Because pit dragons have won so many times, everyone's got on board of them winning all the time.
You gotta change the meta. You have to.
The game wants someone else that is not in Hit Dragons to win for a change to get a crown or win. That's where I come in. My goal. I've been doing combat for so long. My goal is basically to get the crown.
Yes, you gotta fight for it. But I mean, when you are so dedicated to one goal, why do you not inform yourself a bit more? I mean, that's what I do not understand. You may be dedicated, but even if you build your dragons to level 100, it is not yet done. There's so much to be done, actually. So much to analyze.
But once you got your dragons to level 100,
I know.
You still gotta level up the skills to level 10.
Yeah, that's no big issue here. You can just use diamonds. It goes pretty fast. Not gonna lie.
What's the point of leveling a dragon to level 100, then going to tournament and just realizing, oh no, I forgot to level my skills up. That's why they don't do any damage.
Yeah, but that's no big issue. You can just use your diamonds, go to do processes, finish them fast, with like 5 diamonds per 5 processes. So that is pretty easy. But yes, I can understand the issue.
I have a Stalwart, I just don't know how to build it.
You have to see. You can even experiment. Not everything is. Oh, here's Doctor.
That's what.
Yeah, that's the dragon I like.
Anyway, she is. I don't know how to build it.
I think Runkli does have one that has some skills on it. I don't really know how to build a Stalwart, and I haven't really.
I'm gonna have to ask Joker about that one.
So let's say, we have Evo skills on the dragon. I think, let's see, what can we use for those? Tempered Dragon Scale?
Well, he's a physical dragon, so he would need physical.
Okay. You have Mighty Impact. I definitely think that Mighty Impact is the skill you want. It has an Evo skill that deals damage using the dragon's constitution. So if you basically make this dragon tanky, he also does more damage with this skill. Then you have, that is basically debuff, but if you want that, obliterate impact plus stun immunity, which is kinda nice, but it's magical damage. Okay, white focus for sure. That's okay, defense, intimidate.
Blind. I said I don't have a good razor spine, right?
Yes.
I stay look at the page, look even better, and I find that.
Oh, that's pretty nice. It's nice to have.
That's
You
my
do not need magical skin, I think, because this dragon is weak against magic attacks. Yes, he definitely is.
yeah, I know.
You just need tough skin because it only would make sense.
I'll replace that with that. I'll close my chamber down even though it's kind of full. Let's have a look. I need to remove magic skin. That's useless. I need to add a skill that is going to be extremely useful. Let me have a look at my razor spine stars. Maybe I've got something in there that'll help. Razor spine. Razor spine. Razor. Here we are. Nope. Oh. Well, that's not helpful. Seems I've got no stars for razor spine.
Yes, you gotta level them up, and that's pretty easy to do, to be honest.
Means I need to do some battles with razor spines. And
Yes,
the
you
problem
do.
is, I don't know who's got what for razor spine. I mean, what razor spines do you have?
I have 0 on this character. I have 0, so
I need
it's
to
not
battle.
really.
I need to battle Thornlash one more time and win with Thornlash 6 times. Now that I've linked my razor spine to you, the question is, does it have an attack that will, you know, actually activate surprise attack? I don't think it does. Does it have strike or sweeping attack? Let's have a look.
It does. Of course it does. Do you not know? Those are a dragon's normal attacks.
Right?
A strike is a simple normal dragon skill. The bird. If someone builds an AFK build and you just say, oh fuck, those auto attacks are so strong. Those are strike attacks. You really have to observe the combat log much more. You have to learn the dragons. I'm not saying that you do not know anything, but apparently you must go a bit more into the basics. If you understand how that works, you have to know also how dragon behave. You need to analyze.
I mean, I've seen people, players activate. I've seen razor spines actually. I've seen people have used the skill of the surprise attack in loot, so I'm pretty sure I've seen how their razor spines do it. They just
Razor spines,
attack.
yeah.
They
just buff their attack to oblivion. You have crit power increase. You have 2 times physical attack power increase. And if you have high focus, that's how I did it. I did not have my high damage, but I had high focus. Because I get enough damage from the spells. and it counts so much more because everything of that damage just goes in. If I go for maximum physical damage, I can even have 20k damage, but if that 20k damage does not have focus behind it, it doesn't arrive. It would just count as 3000 or maybe 4000 damage I have, even buffed. But if I have like 40% focus, 40% armor penetration, I very much know that those, maybe even 15,000 instead of 20k, about those, you can bet that at least 7,000 are going through there. And those hurt. Those really hurt. So yes, you have to know the balance. Also, you must know what your dragons do normally, how they behave. Really, if you want to be good in arena, you must minimalize RNG. And you can minimalize RNG by knowing what a certain dragon does in a certain situation. If you analyze every movement they do normally,
What are you looking at?
you can kinda expect,
Hurry if you can.
what does my dragon do next? Okay, he will probably
To the end.
run towards the dragon. I have an AFK bird and hope he does his auto attacks. And pretty much I will know. Because many times, if he runs to a dragon and does not attack it for 1 second, it is likely about 50% that he does or his jump skill, or he does a strike attack. And if he does a strike attack, it's likely he will do it more often in a certain situation. It's all about observation. With observation, you can save yourself from some misplays by knowing the RNG a bit, by the dragon's behavior. That is how you can basically control it. So if you think, okay, now is the right moment, my dragon is very likely to do that now for RNG. If the animation is long, you already know. You have to click the spell multiple times if the animation can be interrupted. If it can't, then you pretty much have to wait. And also for the combos, not all dragons have the same animation length. For example, some dragons, like the Razor Spine, they have a little deficit. They have a small weak point. Their Cyclone Assault can be very strong. However, it takes much more to do the animation, so you must be sure that you get that spell in, because it is useless if you miss it, and you can easily miss it with Razor Spine. You can easily miss it. So you have to look at many details. Why is Wind Rider so recommended for my personal opinion? One thing is the short animation and his skills. A combo, for example, could be Obliterating Impact, which launches the other dragon to the sky, then lets him fall down. Then, another thing you have, you can combo it with Cyclone Assault immediately after. And if that is done, you can even complement it with another spell, with the Paralyzing Current. It is fast. This combo is very fast. It is not the highest damage combo of the game because it is not known for Wind Riders to do the maximum damage. But I can tell, if the enemy underestimates a Wind Rider and just thinks, okay, I just go in with my bird with full intelligence build, they are going to be fucked. Because he will basically steal 40% of intelligence. You will have high dragon affinity, so you will have a high penetration. The other one that has high intelligence, he loses his main damage, he loses his healing power because it scales very well with intelligence because it is magic damage. Your magic damage goes higher, so if you even want to use it for a spell like a heal, just do so. The animation is fast for Life Reflux. The animation is very fast. You just heal even more. The enemy can't heal against it because it's 40% reduced about intelligence. Another time, you have even more damage. You have 40.4% more intelligence on the spot. You just steal it away from them. Not only will they take more damage, not only can they heal less, but you can do everything they can